there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of wood grain and winter. And I am working on a very small piece today. It's an 8 by 8. 8 by 8. And I've got this 49 and market paper that I am using the back of. I believe this is from Moonlit Garden. I know the embellishments are from Moonlit Garden. I think the paper just said Moonlit Garden on the back, but anyway. I am also covering up my brother and his wife's face. So my sister-in-law, I did not get permission from them to put them on social media. So wanted to cover them up so that they stay happy, basically. Okay, so I am pulling out several pieces from this 49 and market piece. This is the cluster kit. And I kind of really like the juxtaposition of the really like masculine with the really feminine. So that's why I've got that chicken wire on there and the lace. I think they're really kind of pretty together. And so I'm just going to go with it. I am going to try doing it so that the masculine's more on my brother's and then the feminine's more on my sister-in-law's. But I'm going to go back and switch it back to how it was because I like it better. And this is all going into a framed shadow box for them. It was a Christmas gift that I gave them, so they've already seen it at this point, but you have not seen it, obviously. And also, I'm going to say it doesn't have a ton of wood grain on it. So it does have some, but not a lot. So I'm going to be using a wood grain frame. And this is also going in a shadow box, so I can put some 3D elements on it, which I think is really cool. So just a very different type of scrapbooking compared to what I normally do, but I do love doing these shadow box pieces as well. I think they're a lot of fun and they're gorgeous and make great gifts. So you've seen me do these before. This is the time of the year that I tend to do them because again, it's holiday time, right? So I'm pulling out lots of different pieces. I'm not at all following what the cluster kit is suggesting. I didn't even look at what this kit suggests, you know, and then I kind of thought, well, maybe this is just the laser cut elements, but I don't think so. I think it's actually the cluster kit. But anyway, we're just going to go with it, right? So I am pulling out this frame, which is the piece that has the wood grain on it. And admittedly, I know it's tiny, but it is what it is, and that's what I'm going with. I'm going to start inking everything up just to give it a little bit of dimension and pop. I want it to kind of stand out from the background because a lot of these papers are very muted grays, and I didn't want them to get completely lost. You know, I want my background to settle into the background, but I also want it to be visible, if that makes a lick of sense. I am going to trim off a bit of this chicken wire and bring it over to the side of the photo where my brother's at, but just a little bit peeking out here and there just to give added texture. I also have to take into account that the frame has, I'm going to say about somewhere between an 1/8 and a 1/4 inch piece that holds this in the frame. So I want to make sure I'm not going over that 1/8 or 1/4 inch area, so that the my 3D elements are not getting squashed underneath the portion that holds this in the shadow box, because that's how it makes the shadow box and gives it the depth, is there's a little trim piece that kind of frames whatever you're putting in there to hold it towards the back of the frame so it doesn't fall forward and hit the glass in the frame. If you've never done a shadow box, that's how it works. Hopefully that made a little bit of sense. I am going to spritz up my flowers because I wasn't really happy with them the color they were. So I'm going to use a couple of different colors here. I am using, I think was that Broken China? I think it was Faded Jeans actually. And it's very, very light, you guys. I just want to add a little bit of shimmer and keep it very subtle and neutral. So I didn't want it really bold in your face. So I just used those Distress Spritz pieces or sprayers that are kind of, they still spray color. It's just not as much pigment as, say, the Distress Oxide sprays, and these ones are all shimmery and shiny, so it's just adding a little bit of shimmer and shine. So I think it was Hickory Smoke and Faded Jeans that I tested there, and I think I ended up with the faded jeans on there. Maybe a little bit of both. But anyway, it's a quick video for you today. I want to make sure you are reminded to go and check out what MK is doing for Woodgrain in winter today. I'm not sure if she's got a layout up or not. I'm going to have a couple more layouts this week, but not necessarily focused on Woodgrain in winter. So here is my layout all finished. You're getting to see it there. Now, actually, that's not all finished because the pieces are not in. But I did zoom in so that you could see me put it together, which is great because I did not do a really good job of getting any photos of it at the end. So the photos are going to be taken out of the video. My still shots are, because I made this before I went to Idaho in November. And I put it in the glass and threw the wrapping paper on it and took it with me to Idaho and didn't take pictures of it. Totally forgot, because it was one of those things where we didn't actually know we were going to be going to Idaho for Thanksgiving until pretty close to the last week. And I had so much going on, so many other commitments, that I wasn't even sure I was going to get this done. And lo and behold, I got it done at the 11th hour, like the night I was packing my bag. I got it done. And then I worked the next day, and I had a work function that went late, so I knew it wasn't happening then. And then I worked a half a day on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and then we got in the car and drove as soon as I was off work. So I didn't have a whole lot of time to go back and do any extra, like take pictures or anything like that. I was so focused on getting it wrapped that, yeah, it is what it is, you guys. So hopefully between these photos, or this, the closer up of me actually putting everything together, now that I've picked everything out and I'm just doing some assembly here, and what I could get for the still shots, hopefully you get a good idea of how it all came together. So far I'm liking how it looks. I think it was really cool to be able to do this. Normally, I have given them shadow boxes before of their grandkids. I've not done one of the two of them. My brother despises having his photo taken. But he posted this on his Facebook group. And I was like, if he's posting a picture of himself on Facebook, he must not mind the picture. So that's why I used this photo. And that's how the idea all came about, because I wasn't really sure if... I don't have a lot of photos of the two of them other than what I pull, because, they're not local anymore. But, yeah, I figured, hey, if he really likes this photo and posted it, then he's probably going to be happy with this. So that's how it all came together, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have questions or comments, you can leave them down below. As always, I apologize, there's not a ton of wood grain on there, but there's a lot of pieces on here you could substitute for wood grain, like the label on the right-hand side. The background could be wood grain. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again on Wednesday with another video. Bye-bye.